Do you often give webinars? Have you been invited to join an online panel as a speaker? Are you supposed to appear on a YouTube interview or a TV show over Zoom? Well, if that's the case, this video is exactly for you. My name is Andrea Caniato. I'm a voice coach, and in this video I'm going to help you avoid the one mistake everyone is making when participating in an online meeting. And that includes voice coaches, public speaking professionals, and public speaking coaches. In order to make the most of the advice I'm going to provide, please use headphones. Please watch the entire video, don't forget to hit the like button, and share this video with your friends and colleagues. Now, when you're addressing your audience from your home or from your office, you will obviously want to make a professional impression on them. After all, the recording is probably going to remain online for ages, right? You will also want them to pay close attention to whatever it is that you want to talk to them about. So you will probably choose the right clothing, the right lights, make sure that you're using a good quality camera, and that's what everybody else is doing. But like everyone else, you will get your sound completely wrong. Now, professional video makers will tell you, and voice coaches will obviously confirm, that in order to engage your audience, the way you sound to other people, the quality of the sound you make is far more important than your visuals, than the way you look. Almost nobody pays attention to what they will sound like on Zoom. And almost everyone sounds artificial on Zoom. Basic Zoom sound is flat, unnatural, artificial, even robotic. The real reason why engaging your audience online is much more difficult is the quality of the sound you are giving them. It's not even your fault. You've never been told that before. You've never listened back to what you sound like on Zoom, and you've even received very wrong advice by very competent people you trust. Unless you do something about it and go tweak your audio configuration in the Zoom settings, switching to original sound for musicians, Zoom will automatically process your voice heavily in order to get you rid of any room reverberation or any background noise in your signal. You will also have to spend 30 to 50 euros or dollars on a decent microphone. I know what you're thinking. This sounds far too complicated, and Zoom removing my background noise and room reverberation is exactly what I want. I don't want other people to hear my background noise or my highly reverberating living room, right? What's wrong with background noise cancellation? Reverberation is a much bigger problem for AI-powered speech recognition engines than it is for the human ear. I'm recording this video on Zoom, original sound for musicians on, using a decent microphone, and I'm speaking from a pretty reverberating and large living room. Is this a problem for you? And when it comes to background noise, we experience background noise in our daily lives without even realizing. Have you ever had any trouble following a conversation over dinner with your friends and families because of the noise made by the cutlery? Have you ever needed background noise suppression to follow that particular conversation? Like everyone else, I have background noise in my living room. My living room overlooks the street, so here's a sample of the background noise I hear from my living room as picked up by my webcam microphone. Live speech processing and voice optimization come at a price. In order to get you rid of background noise and room reverberation, your voice is made flat, dull, muffled, artificial by artificial intelligence algorithms. Your timbre, i.e. what makes your voice sound unique, is standardized. Every voice is processed in more or less the same way by more or less the same algorithms. So in a way, all voices sound the same. You will obviously retain your intonation, your rhythm, your accent, but other than that, AI algorithms will alienize your voice beyond recognition, the same way exaggerated cosmetic surgery will alienize your face. Deep down inside your brain, where unconscious decisions are made all the time on whether or not you will get along with the person you are talking to or the person you are listening to, AI optimized voices sound very irritating. Devices equipped with AI algorithms will make your voice sound muffled and jarring at the same time without you even realizing, because you can't hear what your listeners are hearing, right? Who needs that? When you're doing public speaking online, unwanted audio processing is usually applied to your voice by the video conferencing platform, in this case, Zoom. And by the wrong microphones you're constantly using to connect to your meetings. The good news is that Zoom will also let you deactivate any unwanted processing done on your voice. All you have to do is go to Zoom audio parameters and tweak the parameters the way you see on my screen right now. You will have to look for the Original Sound for Musicians option. This feature was introduced to help music schools continue operate during the COVID-19 lockdowns. Now, music schools had to hold music classes on Zoom, but they were complaining heavily because Zoom sound was so poor and muffled, so Zoom fixed it for them. You will obviously also need a decent standalone USB podcasting microphone, like the one I'm using right now and I have been using throughout this video. How much did I pay for it? 40 euros. It's actually pretty small. It sounds pretty nice, but if it's too big for you, smaller models like the one I'm holding right now are available from your favorite online store. This one will fit in a purse and it also sounds absolutely fine. So here is a list of microphones you should not be using if you're doing public speaking online and want to be taken seriously. Always get a standalone microphone. Avoid using the microphone built into your laptop, even if you're using a MacBook. Make sure you're not using a Bluetooth microphone, earbuds, and the like. What was designed to go with a telephone will only provide you telephone quality. And please make sure you're not using one of these desktop microphone arrays. They might cost you a fortune, but they sound horrible. And the same goes for those you can have installed on your ceiling, so they're even invisible. They sound the worst. Please avoid connecting from your iPad or other mobile device, even if it's an iOS, because this is what you will sound like. Android is not better. What you also want to stay away from is call center type headsets with boom microphones. Now these are very on trend. This is what you usually get recommended for online conferencing. The high-tech models promise miracles and can cost you 150 euros or dollars or 100 euros or dollars. But do they deliver?
Well, all of them will heavily process your voice. Not only will you be looking like a call center agent on camera, but you will also sound like one. These devices are simply not an option if you want to sound professional and engage your audience. What they do to your voice is they heavily alter its timbre, which is what makes it unique.
One of the most crucial things you have to do in order to keep your audience engaged when you're delivering a speech or presentation on Zoom is sounding like I'm sounding right now. Think about it for a minute. How many people have you heard sounding professional, sounding like on the radio on Zoom? If you were able to do that, your presentation, your speech, your message would stand out against everything else. How do I do this? Well, all I'm doing is I'm using a USB tabletop podcasting microphone. The one I'm using now is a model from Amazon called Amazon Basics. it cost me 32 euros. With as little as 32 euros or dollars, or as little as 40, 42, 45 euros or dollars, you can sound like a pro. And to keep your circuit closed, you can look like a pro. So when you're online, make sure you sound like a human being. You're speaking to human beings, not to robots. So to sum it up, if you want to keep your audience engaged when delivering a Zoom presentation, what you need to do is get a USB podcasting microphone and switch your audio settings to original sound for musicians. I hope you liked this video and found it useful. If you did, please don't forget to hit your like button and share this video with your friends and colleagues. Everyone deserves to make their real voice heard.